All right, guys, what is up? How y'all doing? As y'all can see, I told y'all in my last video, I'm gonna be shooting in all my rooms since I'm in a new apartment tour coming soon. But in this video, I'm gonna be talking about dating as a black minimalist. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it ugly? I'm gonna outline all of that because there are some stereotypes that people try to throw on me. These ladies be trying to throw these stereotypes on me. I'm like, what? What is you talking about? You know what I'm saying? But let's get into that. Go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Comment in the comment section. Let's get into it. Dating as a minimalist. Well, I'm gonna say black minimalist because it probably will change depending on your race. But you know, dating as a black minimalist is funny because a lot of times women see how I live and you know, like I'm a neat type of person. You know, my car is clean, my house is clean, everything is kind of organized, and they just be like, "Oh, you just extra neat, huh?" Like they never seen a black man with a clean place or a clean car. Like I'm just like, who y'all be hanging with? Like even before I considered myself a minimalist, I still kept my place clean. I still kept my car clean because for one, my mom was actually in the Marines. Whenever I lived at home, she used to have the house clean. She used to make sure rooms clean, everything. So I always seen her cleaning and making sure things was neat. So I kind of inherited that myself. And then my dad, he was an auto mechanic, you know, owned his own shop in my hometown, and he also, you know, owned a car wash, so he always kept his cars clean. So I inherited that from him. So I make sure all my stuff is like down pat, clean, good, because I can't live like that because I never lived like that. But a lot of times when dating as a minimalist, people put these stereotypes on you. They think that you will want them to do the same thing. Like as a minimalist, I would never be like, oh, you need to clean, or oh, you need to do this, or oh, you need to declutter, or oh, you need to live like this. That's not how I move. I don't know how other minimalists do, but I don't move like that. Like I'm not about to come in somebody else's house and be like, oh, this need to be clean. Like I get so many instances where I'll go to a woman's house or even somebody's house, you know, not even somebody I'm dating. It could be a family member and they be like, oh, my house not clean, this and that, this and that. You probably gon', nah, I don't give a damn because it's not my place. It ain't my place. I don't judge. You live how you want to live. I'm not trying to preach and do all this and make you live a certain type of way. That's how you live. It's not how I live. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to judge or anything like that. But a lot of times when I talk to women, they feel like I'm going to judge them by the way their house look or the way their car is, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a damn. I'm just saying. But dating as a minimalist is hard because, you know, we typically are simple. You know what I'm saying? We don't like to spend that much money on things. We don't like to, you know, be wearing the most flashiest items. You know what I'm saying? I consider myself a stylish minimalist, okay? You go on my Instagram right now, I consider myself I ain't gonna toot my own horn, but I feel like I'm a stylish minimalist. But I'm not out here flashy with it and trying to, you know, impress and do all this like a lot of, you know, people are. So like when you're dating, it's all competition. You know, women is gonna have dudes hitting on them, dudes gonna have women hitting on them, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's all a competition. So, especially here in Atlanta, it's all about flex culture, you know what I'm saying? What kind of car you got, where you living at, what, you got any chains, like who you connected with. It's all about flex culture. And as a minimalist, I don't flex, you know what I'm saying? The biggest flex I have is my car. Yes, I have an Audi. That's it. I just like a nice drive. That's all. Here in Atlanta, it's all about a flex culture. It's all about women wanting to be with guys with a whole bunch of money. And the only way women can really tell if you have money is if you flex it and if you show it. And if you're trying to go out and get sections every night and you're trying to pop bottles every night and you're trying to do all that stuff. And, you know, as a minimalist, I don't really believe in a flex culture. I'm not about to spend money to get more people to look at me or view me as someone that have money. Like, some of the biggest and wealthiest people in the world, you would never know they have money unless you didn't know their name. Like Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, even Steve Jobs, when he was alive, you wouldn't be able to tell them guys had money. They wear regular clothes, plain clothes. The only thing you might see is the car they drive. It might be a supercar or something like that. But if you don't see what they drive, they're just walking around like regular people. They're not trying to flex it. They're not trying to do that. But for some reason in the black culture, it's like you have to flex and show that you got it like that in order for people to be like, oh, this dude or this person have money. Me, I'm not broke. I'm not poor. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the most wealthiest, but I'm pretty good. I'm well off. I'm good. I can handle my own shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. But the way I present myself is not that way, if that makes sense. That's just not how I move, and that's just not how I, view life. And I'm not willing to spend that type of money on things. Now, I have a few, name brand items that I like. I like Nike, I like Jordan, I like those items. But you're not gonna see me splurging money all the time on those things. It's just not it. Whenever I'm dating a woman, it's like they question, like, you know what I'm saying? I remember I was talking to this one girl, and she was like, so what do you do to make money? I'm like, I have a job. Like, what? YouTube? Like, what you talking about? And that was the last time I talked to her. Like, I did not respond back because I'm like, what in your right mind would make you want to ask me that? You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I'm not out here on the streets. Obviously, I'm not out here, looking rough and things like that. I'm doing something, but that's not the type of question you should ask someone when you're trying to date someone or on a date or things like that. So a lot of times people think minimalists don't have much, or minimalists only have a minimalist lifestyle because we don't make any money. Or we only living simple because we don't have the means to go above the way we live. And that's definitely not true. A lot of minimalists make a lot of money, but they save the money and they put the money elsewhere in order to maximize in other areas. And a lot of people don't grasp that. And especially, in the Black community, I grew up in the hood of Sumter, you know what I'm saying? Sumter, South Carolina, grew up in the hood, went to a majority Black high school, you know what I'm saying? All of that. And I just remember back to like making myself feel like I fit in because I needed these name brand clothes. I needed everything that everybody else had. I needed this, I needed that in order to fit in order to look like somebody. But once you become an adult, you realize like you don't have to do all that. You don't need all that. It's like you move the way you want to move and you live your life the way you want to live. And then, that's really what made me decide to start a minimalist journey, because I realized like all that stuff don't matter. All that stuff do not matter, but in the Black community, it matters so much, especially when you're talking to women. And I hate to say it, a lot of women are fascinated by materialistic things. And as a minimalist, we're not materialistic at all. You know what I'm saying? We're not out here doing all this fancy stuff. Like, we might go on a trip or two, we might buy something fancy once a year, once every other year. I don't know, but we're not out here flaunting it and being materialistic, and that does not appeal to this generation of women sometimes. And not saying all women are like that, it's just the way that I've seen things, especially here in Atlanta. So yeah. But yeah, I think for any minimalist, dating would be challenging because we're very particular about how we spend money. We're not, I'm not willing to spend money on a woman I don't really like. I'm not willing to spend money on a woman if it ain't really going nowhere. If I'm putting out energy, she ain't putting out no energy. I'm not wasting my time. Like, I'm cutting. Like, that's just how we live. And, a lot of women are used to just being pursued and chased after and getting bought all these things to win their attention and love and stuff like that. No. That's not how this is gonna go on this street right here. It takes some reciprocation. It takes some energy for energy. Like whatever I exude, I want it to be, known that I'm interested. I want you to let me know that you're interested, and we can go about it that way. But I'm not about to spend money on a woman that I'm not interested in, or I'm not about to chase after no woman that don't show no interest. Like, no. That's just not happening. But it's not the worst. It's not the worst. A lot of women, that I've talked to enjoy that, I'm a neat type of guy. I'm clean, what I'm saying? They don't have to worry about me, having a dirty place, having a dirty car. Some women like that. Some women might see that as being weak. Some women might see that as being not as masculine. If a guy have a clean place or a clean apartment and stuff like that, there's so many factors that goes on in the woman's mind. But hey, I'd rather have a clean place, clean car, and have whoever think whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to live the way I want to live. I can't be living in no junky place, no junky car. Like I'm a clean type of guy, you know. But yeah, some women like that aspect, some women don't. And some women, when I talk to them, you know, they be like, hey, I saw some of your YouTube videos. Can you help me declutter? Can you help me? You know, I'm trying to minimalize things. I have so much clothes and this and that. Can you help me? And they actually want to know more about the lifestyle, and, you know, they go down this rabbit hole, and I find that dope. Like, you know, introducing, you know, more black people to minimalism, because it's not an area that a lot of black people are in, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it has its pros and its cons. It's not all bad and it's not all good, you know what I'm saying? That's my take on relationships and minimalism. I kind of just did a thought dump just now, kind of like a rant, you know. It really didn't have any script, really didn't have anything like written out or anything for this video. Just wanting to kind of go into that because I realized that. And I want to know, for any other minimalist on here, whether you're black, white, whatever, dating for you as a minimalist, how has it been? You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like a lot of people think that we want everybody to live this lifestyle. We want everybody to be a minimalist and live simple and not spend as much money and think cautiously about finance. Like, yeah, let me know. I'm curious to know. But I'll catch y'all next video. Please leave a comment in the comment section.